All right, well, welcome everyone. So sorry I'm a little late. My animes didn't want to start up, but it is working now, so that's good. So today we're going to be going into the Honkai Star Rail story with going back to the Luofu with the war dance and all that cool stuff. I don't know how far we're going to get through it, but we will do a good amount, I think. All right, let me hop over to the game. Yeah, it's kind of sad. Argenti's VA got changed. We have no idea why. Apparently the guy who did voice him, Adam Michael Gold, is okay. He put a post that said he was happy and healthy and there was no issue there. But we haven't heard really anything from Mihoyo itself, so either it was like a studio issue or something, I don't know. But he got changed, and of course Tail got changed for Hua because Adam did both of those. But Hua's main voice, she also got changed. So we don't know what's going on there. But that's the reason why Argenti was mute for those two patches. It was because they were changing his voiceover, and but he was one of the characters in the story, and I guess they didn't want to use Mr. Gold's voice. Maybe they couldn't. Maybe it's a studio issue and they'd get sued for it or whatever. I don't know. But nobody apparently could talk about it. So it is one of those. It is what it is. I don't think the new voice is bad at all. It's very different in comparison to what it was. It's a lot deeper, and just gotta get used to it. But yeah, so we're gonna go into the story, and let me and to find the mission button, like, where is it? Homecoming War Dance. Before embarking on the next stop of their journey, the Express receive a comms from the Danshu Luofu. Jing Huan extended an invite to all wanderers to join the war dance. Already working. Station. Yeah, I know some people are really bummed about the voice because some of them actually rolled kind of for the voice, and now they feel like, they had an issue. But whatever. Interstellar. Oh, there's Boot Hill. Just hanging out in the back. Oh, that was another thing too, right before we go too far into this. I actually got Welt today. Nice. Yeah, nice. It was kind of funny because what happened was I got on, I unlocked the...
Goddess Adrilla, when will you respond to my pleas again?
See, his voice is a lot different. There he is. But basically what happened was I got on and I unlocked the battle pass, and I ended up getting a single standard ticket. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, squinting his phone. And so I was like, oh, okay. So I rolled it, and Welt came home, and Welt was my final standard that I needed. So, welcome home, Mr. Welt. Let's go see what Boot Hill says first. Hill. His budget's just so peak.
Holy shirt balls! The synthesizer on this express is lit as fudge. Following this synthesizing method, would it turn a bag of trash into treasure?
I become a vomit-inducing agent.
Huh. Vomit-inducing. Holy forkaroni. So it's a powerful drug. Hey, friend. Can I borrow some trash from the Express to synthesize? Might come in handy when bullets get stuck in my throat.
They get stuck? Be careful.
Anyway, other than this synthesizer, are there any other cool toys on the Express?
Cool toys. The data bank, the phonograph. I'll give you a tour.
Looks like you're prepared to be the Express's tour guide. Then, let's not waste any more time and get started.
It's like, oh yes, let's go have a tour on the Express. I like that. That's cute. He gives us 10 Stellar Jade as thanks. Good deal. Honestly, I really wish you could be other characters on the Express instead of just the Trailblazer, but I guess it is what it is.
Phew.
What's up, Pom Pom?
Just got a message from the Zenko La Fu. Looks like it'll conflict with our original schedule.
It's been a while, my friends on the Astral Express. How's your trailblazing expedition going? Soon, the Zenko La Fu will be holding the Luminary War Dance. Those who have aided the La Fu in overcoming the crisis are cherished allies of the Zenko. Thus, on behalf of the Seat of Divine Foresight, I'm extending an invitation to attend the ceremony. Your presence would be greatly appreciated.
Oh. Considering how much Dong Hung has been trying to use the the beacon to try and get Jing Yuan to show up, like, okay, let's go visit him for Dong Hung. This is fun though. Luminary
Wow,
War
things are getting
Dance.
lively. We've barely recovered from the family's Charmony Festival, and we're already being invited to another special event.
It's like, yeah, these special events keep turning into, like, not vacations. Trailblazing is all about having fun. I'm still recovering from the trauma caused by the last festivity. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, me too. But wait, won't it look unprofessional if we attend 2 ceremonies in a row? Aren't we supposed to be focused on restoring astral charts and doing some serious scientific exploration?
So we should leave March behind to take care of the Express?
Hey, that's not what I meant. I'm all for some fun. I just hope there won't be any surprise party crashers, like Friday or Saturday.
Oh no. I wonder if they saw the jokes. It's funny. Also, Dong Ho. Oh, so I guess we'll leave March behind this time. It's like he's raring to go. He wants to get off.
The Zenko La Fu has recently overcome a crisis. By holding the war dance, they're demonstrating to everyone that they've returned to a state of peace and safety.
But that's what everyone said before we went to Penacony. You'll be totally safe under the family's protection.
Yeah, that's true. That is what they said.
No need to worry. The War Dance is not like the Charmony Festival with all its hidden secrets. It's just a festival to honor the Rainbow Arbiter and the Cloud Knights, who fought against the abominations of abundance and protected the Zenko ships.
Dong Ho's like, I remember that.
Aside from Starskiff performances, it's mostly martial contests. Nothing too different from the Taiki and Roboball contest we've seen before.
I never saw that. But Starskiff's performances sound fun.
What do you think, Himiko? Since we've accepted Miss Black Swan's proposal, we should probably head to Amphorius for refueling.
There's certainly no rush. This trailblazing expedition is quite unique, and the Express needs to be fully stocked and prepared before moving on to the next stop. With Madame Herta's help, I was planning to deliver some Leviathan fossils from Kalinga Abyss to Ron May, member 81 of the Genius Society. It could earn us some favors before we set off. However, it may take a few weeks.
Oh, yeah, the few weeks that's patch 2.4 and 2.5.
Aw, so that means we're not going to the Lawfu.
Being an adult means maintaining relationships, whether we like it or not, Marge. Since we've been invited, it's only right for the Astral Express to attend the ceremony. So, here's the plan. Pom Pom will take everyone to the Xianzhou Lawfu. Mr. Yang and I will meet up with Ron May and fulfill our promise. Meanwhile, you, Marge, and Don Hung will represent the Express and attend the war dance.
Going without the parents this time.
What do you two think?
Sounds great. Let's split it into groups. I want to play with Levithon fossils too.
I don't hear any objections.
Now that everyone's on board with the plan, it's time to warp to the Xianzhou Lawfu.
That is one thing too. It's like we do need fuel for the Express, but we also need fuel for us. So. Discuss travel plans with March 7th and Dong Hung. Optional, discuss travel plans with the other members of the Express group.
Kalinga Abyss. What does she expect to find there? Current research on the Leviathan merely proves how little we know about such life forms.
That's why geniuses are interested in that field. Science is all about uncovering the unknown. Don't miss us too much. If I stumble upon some cool Leviathan fossils, I'll bring a few back as souvenirs for you.
Nice. Rico? Like, the adults are talking.
Himeko really knows how to convince people. Between Leviathan fossils and the war dance, the latter definitely sounds more fun. By the way, Don Hung, this time you'll be taking a stroll with us on the Lawfu, right?
Is that, yeah. Even the characters are starting to realize, Dong Hung, maybe you shouldn't stay back this time. You've stayed back like 3 things in a row.
Just let you two wander around aimlessly on the Lawfu by yourselves? I don't think so.
Okay.
Plus, Mr. Yang is right. The Ambrosial Arbor crisis just ended, and both the long life and short life species are still feeling uneasy. And that's why Jing Yuan wants to organize the war dance, to show that the Xianzhou Lawfu is stable and safe. And since he has extended an invitation, it's only right that I visit my old friend.
Aw, that is cute. He's thinking of Jing Yuan as his friend. That's sweet. I'm glad. The whole thing between Blade, Jinglu, Dong Hung, all that type of stuff, I think that was the hardest on Jing Yuan. Because you think about it, it's like, you have him, and then you have the rest of his friends, and they're either dead, insane, or like, kind of reborn with part of their memories. It's like, yeah. Oh, wow.
Coming back to this place brings back so many memories, you know?
So here's something for all of you. A poem by March 7th. What memories? Care to spill the details?
Hey, I'm not actually gonna recite a poem. I was just thinking about all the twists and turns we went through when we first arrived on the Xianzhou.
Yun.
This time, we're not being forced or enticed or chasing after wanted criminals. And we didn't have to sneak in through the cargo dock. This trip has been incredibly smooth.
Well, technically, the whole cargo dock thing was we didn't know we were sneaking in. we thought they were letting us on, but it was really Silverwolf that had hacked the whole thing and opened the gate so to make us think that we were invited.
Quite unusual, I must say.
Definitely unusual. We're so easily pleased. I actually feel sorry for us. Oh, come on, don't jinx us.
I'm just hoping for the best. You're the one jinxing us.
Rhea, I saw the Skyfaring Commission's notice that the Express is docked on the Zenko. Are you guys on the Lawfu already? Just got to Starskiff Haven. Quick with the news, eh? Yep, fresh off the boat. We're now at Starskiff Haven. Hey, the general sent me to welcome you all at the Starskiff Haven. See you in a bit. Oh.
Is the Starskiff Haven always this crowded? Oh, there's so many people here. I can barely hear anything.
Yanqing said General Jing Yuan sent him to welcome us. But where is he?
Let's wait for him in front of the loom. It's the most prominent landmark on the dock.
Oh yeah, over there. Let me change my party. I like running around as a trailblazer during story quests. It makes it more sense. Other generals will also be.
Hey, you guys! Hold on a moment.
Oh, a Papeshi!
Did they just call us? Look at their outfits. They're from Penacony, right? Are you familiar with the Zenko Lafu?
We know a little bit about it. What do you need?
We're from Penacony. Maybe you've heard of it. We came to this ship to gather interesting materials for making dream bubbles.
Oh, we just left there. Oh, talk about coincidence.
That's great. Do you know any must-see attractions on the Lawfu?
Come to the right people. Why don't you ask the locals?
Exactly. We're Zenko experts.
I've been quite a bit around.
Most of the tourists around at the moment are here to attend the war dance. And that's why we're here too.
Yeah, we know about that ceremony. But isn't the fighting ring still closed?
I've heard the ring was actually converted from a huge decommissioned Lawfu fighter jet.
Oh my gosh, look at those! Oh, they're pretty cool. I wonder if Yao Cho and Feng Xiao are on those. So it's even larger than the regular Starskip, so it's even bigger than the Radiant Feldspar.
No doubt about it. It's a massive fighter jet. It's got to be larger than a civilian starskiff.
But for now, all we can do is wait until the war dance starts in a few weeks before we can board it. We've still got work to do, so we can't just sit around waiting for it to start. That's why we're asking you about some must-see attractions.
So they're having to fight on that ship. Wow.
We're looking for unique experiences that you won't find on Penacony. Our clients love these kinds of dream bubbles the most.
You're the expert here. Give them some suggestions.
Azure Alley, Pixel Garden, Gaylord Waterscape. Why not climb on top of the Ambrosial Arbor? Oh boy, yeah, no. Let's not do that. We want unique. That one.
Oh yeah! Pixel Garden! It's famous for supernatural stuff. With those mischievous heliobi floating around. It's pretty fascinating.
Supernatural? I don't really like scary things, but our clients will love it.
Ooh, it does sound interesting. Let's go check out Fixed Troll Garden. Maybe we'll bump into each other there.
It's one of my favorite spots.
Look, Yanqing's here.
Really? Let's go catch up with him.
Here you are. Everyone, this way.
It really is a lot more crowded, isn't it?
Hey, everyone. It's been a while.
Hey.
It doesn't feel like it's been that long since we last saw you. But, Yanqing, are you?
Meanwhile, Blade is in the background like, oh gee. To be honest, she is right. It really hasn't been that long. I mean, we left the Law Fu, and it's only 2.4. So we've been gone, let's see, 40, 80, 120 days. Which would be about 4 months. So we've only been actually gone 4 months from the Law Fu, and now we're back.
What's up, Miss March?
They say kids grow up really fast. Yanqing, are you a little bit taller than before?
She's like, wait a minute.
We've only been away for a few months.
Like, long time no see. Yeah, you're definitely taller. Cautiously pinching Jing's cheek. You're taller.
Really? The General is always worried I won't grow much taller. But I keep telling him not to worry about it.
Oh, don't worry. You will grow. We know what you look like as an adult. You get a big beard.
Sorry for the delay. With the upcoming war dance and the Starskiff Haven being so busy, things are a little hectic.
He has responsibility.
Seriously, I've never seen the Law Fu so lively before.
I was a bit worried that holding the war dance right after the Ambrosial Arbor crisis might be too soon. But seeing the bustling Starskiff Haven, I understand why General Jing Yuan chose this timing.
Yep. There's people from other delves and travelers like you three who have come from afar. With the war dance coming up, there's a huge number of visitors pouring into the Starskiff Haven. The Cloud Knights are working hard to keep the security tight. The General said this ceremony would help the Xianzhou Luofu recover from the crisis.
It will bring in a lot of money. That is one part for it.
It's a way to showcase our martial spirit, reassure people, boost morale, and attract visitors from other planets to promote trade and peace. By the way, the Xianzhou Alliance places great importance on this ceremony too. The Xianzhou ships, the Zhuming and the Yaoqing, have both sent messengers to offer their blessings.
Ah, yeah. Yaoqing, this one has Bing Xiao and Jiao Chou on it.
Yeah, the Xianzhou Yaoqing is a major force in hunting down abominations, and is always engaged in conflicts across the cosmos. Although it's a member of the Xianzhou Alliance, I don't know much about it. But Madame Yukong from the Skyfaring Commission mentioned that the Yaoqing always sends back reports of great victories, which is quite impressive.
Also, too, most of the people apparently on that ship are Foxians. Which fits right up my alley. Obviously.
I heard General Fei Xiao of the Yaoqing is a young and dauntless lady. My peers say that she's like a goddess of war, capable of crushing dozens of abominations with a single punch. I wonder if it's true.
Goddess of war. Yeah, I have 180 saved up for Jiao Chou because I really want him, but I also really want Fei Xiao, so hopefully Jiao Chou will be nice to me and come home early and give me at least enough to squeak out Fei Xiao.
If only I could witness her prowess with my own eyes.
Oh, don't worry, you will.
By the way, Yenqing, where are we headed next?
She's gonna be playable, so we'll put her right beside you.
I'm sorry for talking your ear off. The General wants to catch up with you at the Palace of Astrum. He's been eager to hear about how the Express has been doing.
Aw, he misses us.
It's funny how he tries to act all mature, but whenever it comes to something he's interested in, you can really see his childish side.
Well, you're pretty much the same in that regard. Yeah, he's adorable.
I agree.
Oh. Uh-oh. Bad. Oh, look at this poor little kid.
All units, assemble quickly! Get ready to protect the crowd!
Uh-oh.
I just mentioned security, and now all of a sudden something's gone wrong. Excuse me, I need to go check out the situation.
It's like whatever you fear will happen, happens. You just jinxed his march.
We'll go with you.
Don't worry, we're tough. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh.
Protect the civilians. I'll deal with him.
And we got wolf guys to fight. Enemies with this mark can enter the Moon Rage state. After enemies use attacks, apply 1 stack of Bloodlust to enemy units that can trigger a Moon Rage. When Bloodlust reaches a certain number of stacks, the unit enters the Moon Rage stage. At the same time, a Moon Rage countdown appears in the action order. When the countdown turn begins, Moon Rage is spelled across all enemy units. Ew. It talks about Bloodlust, but then doesn't say what it does. Let's beat him up, that's what.
Why are there Boris in here? This ends now.
All in. Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return!
Did the rhythm get messed up? Let's improvise.
The knight's duty is my guiding light. Fleeting! I underestimated you.
He sounds so different, it's kind of sad. But
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
it is what it is.
Till I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe! Drilla.
His Argenti just got them all.
Not good.
You lead.
Thanks Thanks for the help.
Sorry, no time to chat. Could you give me back my...
She stole his ice sword. It's nice that it keeps the whole setup so you don't have to be like, oh my gosh, which setup do I use? I want to switch her over just so, because unfortunately, since I have Adventuring and Lucha on there, I already have 2 imaginaries, and if she's also imaginary, it's like, okay, now I have like nobody to help break stuff. To be honest, I don't feel too bad about fighting the Borisons because I have heard that the Borisons are a group that actually enslaved the Foxians. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, obviously I'm assuming that not all of the Borisons are bad, but considering these guys broke out of jail, I'm assuming that they committed crimes, so they kind of deserve getting their butts kicked.
Wait, my sword! Let's just get down to business first.
Oh,
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we'll have to put our plans on hold for now. I need to find out what's going on.
No problem.
While we appreciate your rescue, my Zenko friends, don't you think it's a bit too much to detain us and our cargo?
Oh no, the IPC's here too. Like, didn't we just get rid of you guys?
Sorry, but we've been ordered to detain you and your cargo for inspection until we figure out the source of the attack. Once we're done with the formalities, we'll let you and your cargo go.
But this shipment isn't even meant for the Luofu, and it's IPC's patented technology. Who do you think you are to conduct an inspection?
You're on their ship, what do you think?
According to the protocol, all cargo arriving on the Luofu must go through inspection.
Also, too, if the cargo isn't for the Luofu, why are you bringing it here?
Oh, but we didn't officially enter your dock at all. We just sought refuge in your dock because we were attacked by the Borisons.
Oh, great. So they're coming from the outside?
Looks like this argument could go on forever. Let's not get involved in a heated dispute that won't lead to a resolution.
Oh, gee. You know, now that I kind of think about it, I'm basically a Foxian. So I fit right into this game. Oops. Got stuck on these guys. Sorry, dude. Like, is he breathing at all, or is he dead? I know, like, in Genshin, when you fight the Hilichurls, when you find down Hilichurls, they're usually still kind of moving a little bit, so they're still breathing. I think this guy is pretty done, though. The Borisons are cool, though. They have this kind of cool design. They're I'm assuming they're going to be very popular. And they got little tiny tails. Big. Yeah. Little tiny tails in the back.
Who's in charge here? I need some answers.
Oh. Foxy in an armor.
It's my fault. We let our guard down for a moment. I take full responsibility.
Oh, it's okay, Captain.
With the war dance approaching, safety should be a top priority. Now, tell me, how did Borisin prisoners end up in Starskiff Haven? According to the protocol, Borisin prisoners should be held on a starskiff and taken directly to the shackling prison under strict supervision without ever touching the ground. Who allowed a prisoner transport ship to dock at the passenger terminal?
Please don't blame this, Captain. This incident involves the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel.
Who are you?
I'm Liu Jun, an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad. Thank you for your help, Lieutenant Yanqing. The situation unfolded rapidly, and it shouldn't be held against the captain.
Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. It's like, he didn't exactly want the Borisons to attack. Hi, Jeannie. Nice to see you. We're doing the Honkai Star Rail, the new storyline. So far, it's pretty good. We arrived and the Borisons attacked.
Here's what happened. An IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borisin just before arriving, and the Zhu Ming's diplomatic vessel came to the rescue. They fought off the Borisin pirates and imprisoned them on their ship.
So, an IPC ship was attacked by the Borisin near the Luofu, and the Zhu Ming envoys saved them? Sounds complicated.
Oh yeah, the Zhu Ming is where Yun Li and her grandfather are from. So the Zhu Ming is actually basically a blacksmith ship.
Honestly, it gives me a headache too. Zhu Ming diplomatic ship, adhering to standard procedure, docked at the passenger terminal to hand these criminals over to the Luofu.
So that's why.
You know, with all the outsiders flooding onto the Luofu, the Starskiff lanes are under immense pressure. The Borisin desperados decided to put up a fight before the prisoner transport Starskiff could get there. And that's what you just witnessed.
We'll make sure these prisoners are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible.
I see. It's an unusual situation indeed. I'll report it to the security department of the Realm Keeping Commission and ask for their cooperation in handling the aftermath. Maybe I should gather more details from others so that the Seat of Divine Foresight can have a better understanding of the situation.
Oh, you look much maturer now, Yanqing.
Please don't tease me, Miss March. The situation on the Xianzhou before the war dance is like a calm lake that can be disturbed by even the smallest pebble, capable of generating far-reaching ripples with even the slightest disturbance.
He says don't tease me, but it's like, no, he's getting more mature. He's a lot different than the kid we met way back.
What are those people? I mean, those monsters we just dealt with?
I know, they're kobolds, right? Did you just call them the Borisin?
Yeah, those werewolf monsters are known as Borisin. They are abominations of abundance, and we've been fighting them for a very long time.
Abundance? How?
The Borisin have been a powerful force for a long time, plundering and enslaving many worlds. The threat they pose is just as terrible as the Swarm disaster, and the Alliance even had a fierce war with them 3 decades ago.
As bad as the Swarm? That's really bad.
Their presence has faded over the years, but who would have thought?
According to that officer, they attacked an IPC ship near the Zenko Luofu. Such a brazen attack seems quite unusual to me.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a distraction. I like this though that they got arrested because they attacked the IPC ship. They're not being attacked, or they're not being attacked and sent to shackling prison just because they're them. It's like, no, it's because they were basically being pirates.
Yeah, that's what I find strange too. It seems like the IPC and the Borisin have some serious grudges. Well, enough with the chit-chat. The General wants me to take you to the Palace of Astrum. I'd love to chit-chat a little longer, but there are some things that can't be left unchecked.
No problem. You go do what you need to.
Is it a serious matter? Maybe you'll need our help in hunting down the Borison?
Thank you, but it's no big deal. By the way, that young lady who just appeared, she took my sword. I'm thinking of filing a lost property report at the Realm Keeping Commission to see if I can get it back.
Oh, gee. Aw. You know, it's kind of funny. If Yang Qing and Yun Li, I think it's her name. If they grow up and like get married or whatever, I can imagine her teasing him over like, "Hey, you remember that first time we met and I took your sword?" He's like, "Please don't mention that."
I doubt she did it on purpose.
She seemed to be really fascinated with it too. She's like, "Ooh." So when Cloud Knights get into trouble, they have to call the emergency services too. You go file the report and I go fetch the popcorn. It's gonna be quite the show.
Don't remind me. I just zoned out for a moment, that's all.
No, there was a lot going on. I don't blame you.
All right, let's not keep the General waiting.
Yeah, let's go see one.
Don't worry. There aren't many people out there with that kind of talent. It shouldn't be too hard to find her.
You might be her possible future wife, so you go get her.
There sure are a lot of troublemakers around.
Oh no. Don't tell me you're gonna be an enemy. He is definitely suspicious of us. Like, who you being suspicious of, mister?
Those guys are terrifying.
We're terrifying. Are you talking about us? Hey.
We'll see to it that these criminals are sent to the shackling prison as soon as possible. The cleanup operation is already underway, Lieutenant Yanqing. So there's no need to worry about anything.
What? I have a feeling that this guy's a traitor.
Thanks. By the way, you're an officer of the Patrol Defense Squad, right? I don't remember meeting you before.
Yeah, this is fishy. I wonder if he's actually a Borison.
Well, I'm just a junior officer. I recently returned to the Lawfu from the front lines and was temporarily assigned here for security duty before the ceremony.
Those guys are terrifying.
I mean, he looks like a Foxian, but I gotta
deliver the prisoners to the shackling prison.
I have a bad feeling. Especially with how sus he seems. Alright, where are we going? Or how to get up there. I remember when we first arrived, I was trying to like figure out where to go. And it was all like, oh, this way is blocked off and that way is blocked off. And I'm like, how do I get up there?
That's a hefty battleship there.
Those are some pretty cool starships, though. I mean, they're definitely not as big as the Lawfu, I'm assuming, but... that is pretty cool.
That's a hefty battleship there.
Nothing in this report makes sense.
Man.
It's been a long journey, Elder Wyatt. Thank you for your presence.
Don't mention it. Thank you for taking the time to welcome me.
There's Ryan. Grandpa!
General, I brought our guests from the Express. Oh, I'm sorry for my bad timing. I didn't know you were meeting a guest, General.
Don't worry, you're just in time. It's been a while, my friends from the Astral Express.
Hey! How's everything going, General? I dreamed about you on Penacony. Did you miss us? We did actually dream about him. Did you miss us? We're here.
Sure, how couldn't I have? It's not often we find such moments to reunite and enjoy one another's presence.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I had to skip Jingyuan's first banner because I wanted to get Lucha, and I was like a new player, so I had like very little funds. I really hadn't have time to build them up. But then when his rerun came back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna roll on his rerun. And he came home twice in the same 10 pull. So he was kind of like, I've been waiting, and then pop, there he goes. He's my only limited 5-star that I actually have, what do they call them? Edelons for. So I was just like, hey, he came home twice, look at that. And so he's kind of special to me. But I was gonna say something about that too. Yeah. He kind of reminds me a lot of Zhongli. Yeah, he is. He reminds me of Zhongli because they both end up having that whole kind of situation where they're still here, but a lot of the people that they knew in the past are gone. So like with Jingyuan, he's kind of lost Yingqi, which is Blade. He's lost Jinglu because she went crazy and apparently doesn't want to have anything to do with him now and is also a criminal. Bai Heng died, and Dong Heng was Dong Feng, but then he kind of was forced in that rebirth, and he kind of has some memories that he kind of doesn't, so he's kind of Jingyuan's friend, but he's kind of also not. And he's like, I'm my own person. I'm not that person anymore, yada yada. So you have Jingyuan, who's like the only one who came out of that whole thing as like still sane and alive and not a criminal. And then you view it next to Zhongli, and Zhongli is like, oh, he lost Guizhong, he lost those other adepti, he lost 4 of the 5 yakshas, etc., etc. And so they both kind of have this match to them. But at least the one good thing though is that just like Zhongli, who kind of like made new friends, Jingyuan is also kind of making new friends with us as the Trailblazers and March and all those people. So that's a positive. But Jingyuan is just so handsome.
Since when did she and General Jingyuan become such good buddies, Don Hung? They seem to be having a great time.
I love him, that's why.
A lot must have happened without our knowledge. At least, I hope that's the case.
What are you thinking? He's like, yes, I've been chatting with him on the phone. We've been texting.
Allow me to introduce you to General Hua Yin. He's the Arbiter General of the Xianzhou Zhuming, known as the Flaming Heart.
He is a cute little old grandpa, although I do kind of wonder. It's sort of weird to me, because he's one of the silhouettes that they showed, and he's also one of the generals, so if he's only gonna be an NPC, that's like such a waste. But we'll have to see. Let's see. Is it bad that he's the reason I started playing Star Rail? Of course not. Jingyuan, voiced by Alejandro Saab, is like amazing. He's a good guy. He's kind of very relaxed and chill and comfortable, but he's also really handsome and strong, and he's willing to do quite a lot to save people and everything. So he's an awesome guy. So yeah, no shame with any of that. But yeah, I do kind of worry about this. Like, why make one of the generals a non-playable NPC? It seems like a little bit of a shame, but we'll have to see.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a tourist here, no different from other tourists who've come to attend the ceremony.
I mean, I'm not upset or anything that he's a cute little grandpa, because I think that is really sweet, but he's probably not going to be playable like this.
Elder Huayan is not only one of the Arbiter Generals, but also the Furnace Master of the Artisanship Commission. Besides his martial skills, he excels in forging various weapons. Such talents are unique, even among the Arbiter Generals.
Be it Arbiter General or Furnace Master, these are merely titles given to me long ago. I've retired several times already, but with the current change in circumstances, the Marshal has called me back to duty, and I had no choice but to answer the call.
He reminds me of Hayao Miyazaki. Mr. I keep retiring, and then he changes his mind because he gets like a new idea or something, and he's just like, oh, let me I need to come back. Which this does make it kind of interesting on if he's gonna like retire at the end of this thing. Is like Yun Li, is she gonna become like the next general? I don't know. That'd be kind of interesting, but we'll have to see.
Well, in the end, I'm to blame. Living such a long life naturally brings its share of disapproval.
Oh, gee. Oh, poor guy.
It's an honor to meet you, General Huayan.
It's my honor to meet you, General Huayan.
Glad to meet you, General.
No need to be all formal. Today I'm just a guest on the Luofu, the same as all of you.
I like his bearded mustache. Like I am a grandpa.
So, these three are the ones you mentioned, Jingyuin? The heroes who helped you with the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Uh-oh. Here's Lee in the back watching us. At least Yang Qing is able to find her and his sword pretty quick.
Indeed. There's Dan Heng, March 7th, and her. Without their help, I'm afraid the Luofu might not have easily overcome this crisis.
I just get a her, that's all I get.
So, the Imbibitor Lune's reincarnation has returned to the Luofu and will attend the war dance. I'd love to have a drink with you, should the chance present itself.
Oh. Finally, somebody who's not like, oh, you did horrible crimes in your past life. And Dong Hung is like, and now it's like, oh, a drink. Sure.
You're more than welcome, General Huayan.
Aw.
And this young friend is?
Yanqing, my apprentice. He remains by my side as my retainer due to his youth, which I hope will season him with experience. He will stand for the Luofu's Cloud Knights in the upcoming war dance, ready to take on all kinds of challenges.
Oh, Yun Li is giving him a look. I like the Yang Qing though, when the guy said, oh, who's this? And Yang Qing was like, he got this look like, General, you didn't tell him about it. Like, how could you not? Like, what? Oh, that's cute.
Great, great! It's a real treat to see so many talented young people around here today. Oh, I almost forgot. This is my apprentice, Yun Li.
Yeah, I'm not rolling for Yun Li because I want to save up for Jiao Cho and Feng Xiao, but I do like her a lot. She has a good personality.
Phew!
Maybe I'll try to roll for her on her rerun. If I'm not in the process of saving up for somebody else, when she shows up.
Oh, it's you. Hello.
Oh, you two already know each other? Guess we don't need any introductions then.
What a coincidence! I was afraid I'd have trouble finding this girl.
Like my sword!
Oh? Now you've piqued my curiosity. Tell me, how did you two become acquainted?
She helped me capture the escaped Borison prisoners at the Starskiff Haven. Allow me to express my gratitude for you. But when you left, you took my flying sword with you.
It's kind of funny. Yang Qing and Yun Li kind of remind me of a Hayao Miyazaki film, like Spirited Away or Kiki's Delivery Service, or that type of age, where it's kind of like, oh, look how cute, you know? It's like, that they're young people and they're learning and how cute that is and so on. It's just, it has that nice feeling to it.
Your flying sword? Oh, so that's why I found a dagger in my bag. Turns out it's yours.
Uh-oh. A dagger. Uh-oh, she's insulting him.
Yes, it is. Now that we've met again, I hope...
Nope, that won't do.
Uh-oh.
Won't do?
You want your sword back, right? Well, you can't just take it back. On the Juming, when you lose your sword on the battlefield, you have to reclaim it on the battlefield.
I don't think that actually worked, considering his thing was a flying sword, and she kind of just yanked, yanked it? It's kind of like, no, that's like stealing somebody's arrow and saying, oh, you lost this, it belongs to me. No, you're supposed to fire it, that's the whole point.
As for this little sword, it was supposed to strike that escaped Borison prisoner. But unfortunately, its owner's agitated state caused it to fly off like a kite with a broken string, and it missed its target.
Wow, she isn't super insulting him.
By the way, if I hadn't caught it and helped it hit its mark, that Borison prisoner would have gotten away.
Hold on a sec, Yun Li. You took my sword without even asking, and now you're refusing to give it back?
Oh, we're having a clash of law here.
So much for Luofu's swordmasters.
Uh-oh.
What did you just say?
Uh-oh.
If you just stepped up and took your sword back from me fair and square, I would have totally respected you. But nope, you tried to play it down, expecting me to just hand it back to you like it's nothing. In front of everyone.
Yeah, this is the culture shock, which is kind of funny. You wouldn't expect they'd have this, considering they're both, from the Zen show, and they're both like, oh, this is, fantasy China in space. But no, they're having a culture shock here.
With all due respect, you don't honor your sword, so you don't deserve it.
Oh.
Hasn't anyone told you that taking without asking is stealing? If you want to settle this with swords, fine. Let's have a one-on-one duel right now.
Yang Qing.
Well, that's more like it. Just be careful, because I'm not as easy to handle as the Borison.
Yun Li is tough. Everything you gotta deal with her is tough.
You two, be quiet and apologize to Yan Qing.
It's like you're making us look bad. Only you.
Hey! Whose side are you on, Grandpa?
I don't take sides.
It's a small misunderstanding, and an apology would be too much. I've heard about the Zhu Ming's incredible swordplay and craftsmanship, most notably the legendary Flame Wheel Octet. Seeing Miss Yun Li, who is among those ranks today, well, I must say she definitely has that fiery edge.
Such grandiose names. Some folks love to spin these fancy titles, trying to set the Cloud Knights apart. Yoon Lee is still just a young girl, a bit awkward and hot-tempered. So please forgive her if she's being rude.
Well, everyone, Elder Huayan and I have some business to discuss. For now, Yang Qing, why don't you entertain our guests and take Miss Yoon Lee to the inn? I'll find another chance to talk with you all. I'd like to express my gratitude to the Astral Express for helping the Law Fu during the crisis.
That's so kind of you. I mean, you've already thanked us so many times.
Please forgive me for coming at an inconvenient time.
Okay, we're here first.
You needn't apologize, General Huayan.
All right, Yoon Lee. Take this opportunity to clear things up with Yanqing.
Like, both of you stop fighting.
Yeah. It's better to make friends than enemies. But I won't be heading to the inn just yet. I want to visit Lingsha. She just arrived in the Luofu and could use some help settling in.
Yang Qing, once you've helped our guests get settled, go to the Artisanship Commission for me. I've heard about the attack and the detainment of the IPC ship. Qingzu sent word that the IPC members are protesting and wish to have their cargo back. See if you can calm them down. Don't get aggressive. Just make it clear that the Xianzhou Luofu has no intention of violating their rights.
I'm on it.
General.
I'm sorry for Yang Qing's rudeness.
Not at all. Taunted by Yoon Lee like that, even a training dummy would be angry. You've taught your apprentice well. If it were me in my younger days, I'm afraid I'd have drawn my sword and fought. Yanqing can understand your concerns. On the other hand, Yoon Lee is still a naive girl who's only interested in swordplay. Honestly, I brought her here to participate in the war dance because I want to broaden her horizons.
I think that's the other thing that's kind of giving me the whole Hayao Miyazaki young kid type of vibe, because Yoon Lee especially is doing that whole like, excuse me. Yoon Lee is doing that whole, oh yeah, I am kind of like a single child. I'm a little bit, you know, hot-tempered and maybe a little bit selfish and things like that. And I need character development to become a better person. Ooh. Have that for later.
This trip is totally worth it. Compared to the Juming, the Luofu is so much livelier. But it's a shame the Luofu swordmasters don't seem that great.
Okay, you only met one. Calm down. Glad to meet you, Miss Yoon Lee. What's the Flame Wheel Octet the General spoke of? Aren't you coming with us?
Glad to meet you too. Are you here to participate in the war dance?
Kinda. I'm just a tourist attending the ceremony. Can outsiders participate in the war dance as well?
Of course. To honor martial arts, the Cloud Knight's ring is always open to outsiders. If you can defeat the ringmaster selected by the Xianzhou, you'll not only win rewards and prizes, but also be making a name for yourself. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? That's how outsiders refer to my peers in the Juming Cloud Knights and the Artisanship Commission. We all train under Grandpa's guidance, learning the art of craftsmanship and swordplay. That's how we got that title, I guess. Just don't mention it in front of Grandpa. He always says that empty titles bring pointless challenges and conflicts. We Juming swordmasters pride ourselves on the success of the group over the individual.
Ah, nice. Yeah, he's basically. I do kind of agree with what he's saying because it's like, if you get too focused on your titles and like, oh, the sense of pride you get from having them, then you end up running into problems where, like, if somebody happens to kind of insult you, then you start doing the whole, well, do you know who I am type of attitude. I am the blah blah blah, and it's like, really, you don't. You're going a little too far. That's too much. Aren't you coming with us?
I have some things to do. Besides, little Yanqing doesn't seem too happy about me tagging along.
Little and she's shorter than he is. Like, you shouldn't have said you stole his sword, but you did take his sword.
Yeah, you're right. I took it with my skills. So I guess you can say I'm a robber or something. How dare he imply I'm a thief? Totally different.
I mean, really, she was holding it, she went, ooh, and then she ran off with it. Like, what else is that?
Besides, the sword seems scared of its own master. I'd like to ask him, you claim to cherish your sword as your life, yet you don't even recognize the state it's in right now?
I guess in a way, too, she is kind of right that the fact that Yanqing, I mean, his powers are the whole thing with the flying swords, but yeah, using your swords like darts probably isn't the best thing for them.
I didn't intend to keep his sword. I was planning to take this chance to return it to him. But now, I've changed my mind.
You got mad at each other, that's what happened.
I'll give that poor flying sword some proper maintenance. I won't consider returning the sword unless he learns how to say please, hello, thank you, and sorry. So he can forget about it for now.
Oh boy. I had feeling a little tingling sensation in your scalp at the thought of the impending troubles Yanqing will face. While you're distracted, the young girl's already wandered off on her own, her whereabouts unknown. And she ditched us. Alright.
Hey, Don Hung. I thought all the Xianzhou generals were like Jing Yuan. But that General Huaiyan, he looks so thin and scraggy, as if even a light breeze would knock him over. Is that old man really an Arbiter, General?
Thin and scraggy, aww.
Well, each Xianzhou ship has its own division and specialty within the Alliance. Not all of the Arbiter Generals are good at leading the charge. You heard what Jing Yuan said, right? General Huaiyan was once the head of all the skilled craftsmen on the Zhuming.
There appears to be more than meets the eye. Why does he look so old? Perhaps he's a robot.
Don't you find it strange? Do Xianzhou people age? I rarely see any old people on the Xianzhou ship. And when I do, they're usually travelers. But General Huaiyan looks like an ordinary old grandpa. Is he really a Xianzhou general?
Good question. He's right there. So why don't you ask him yourself?
Uh-oh. Call and march out.
Nah, I'd like to live a little longer.
We should leave. General Jing Yuan asked Yanqing to entertain us, so obviously, he has important matters to discuss. Let's not waste any time here.
Yep. I heard that the General Huaiyan is actually a human. So that's why he looks old, because he is. Alright, let's move on.
This is the report Qingzu just sent me. Let me take a look. Looks like the General has given me a tough challenge. He wants me to try and help put the IPC's mind at ease.
Is this some kind of test from the General?
Well, it's not exactly a test. As Cloud Knight officers, we not only learn the art of war and martial arts, but also occasionally have to handle diplomatic disputes.
This is a good skill to have.
It's just you know, talking things out isn't as straightforward as duking it out with weapons on the battlefield. This is especially true when you're up against the IPC, with their non-stop corporate babble. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Shall I take you to the inn?
It is the Lawfu's honor to have you in attendance at the war dance. Yet, the fact that a simple martial arts ceremony has attracted esteemed generals from the Zhu Ming and the Yao Qing implies intentions beyond mere spectating. Might there be any specific instructions from the Marshal?
Oh yeah, it's like, I hope the Marshal is playable. If he's not, I'm gonna be or they're not. I don't know if it's a man or a woman, but I mean, if the Marshal is like the top person for all of Zenko, he needs to be playable, or they need to be playable.
Oh. You're overthinking it, Jingyuan. As I said, I'm here to broaden my granddaughter's horizons. I have no ulterior motives.
Oh, eyes opened.
However, I have no clue what the Yao Qing Arbiter General has in mind.
Ah, it's Fei Xiao.
Do you remember when you accepted this position? I told you that an Arbiter General's battlefield goes beyond the physical one. You'll need to lead and manage everything on the Xianzhou. The title of Arbiter General holds a weight far greater than its literal meaning. So many years have passed, and you've done well. However, longevity for the Xianzhou people can be a curse. Living too long means that every mistake you made will lurk in the shadows. And one day, they'll eventually catch up to you.
My gosh. Like, oh dear. Ah.
The Marshal knows everything that has happened on the Lawfu. As for the Merlin's Claw of the Yao Qing, she has come specifically for you.
Uh-oh. Yuan is in trouble.
Speaking of which, why hasn't she arrived yet? They say the Merlin's Claw strikes like lightning. Being late isn't her style.
That's not true, General Huayan. She's been here a while, but I'm sure you've heard of her unbridled nature.
As soon as she disembarked from the star skiff, she mentioned having something to attend to and simply disappeared.
Of course she did.
You must be the messengers from the Xianzhou Yao Qing, I assume.
We are Jiaoqiu and Moza, retainers of the Merlin's Claw. It's an honor to meet you in person, Arbiter Generals.
A Foxy dude, yeah, he is. He's basically the first playable Foxian male character. And that is the one I've been saving for.
Now this is interesting. A guest who doesn't come to visit but sends a message instead. What does she mean? Tell me, what could be more important to her than coming here?
Master heard about a spectacular view in Scale Gorge Waterscape. I believe she went there to enjoy it.
Oh. I know. People were mentioning too that like with Jiaoqiu and Jing Yuan and how they both do the kind of like the little kitty mouth smile. And now it's like, okay, now they're in the same room together. And an edgy boy, yeah, that's Mosey.
A spectacular view? Ha! Did you hear that, Jingyuan? This person is being sarcastic.
Please do not misunderstand me, General Huayan. I was simply stating the truth. Master thought it would be inappropriate to keep you waiting, so she sent us here. Once she's finished with admiring the scenery, she'll personally come and apologize to the both of you.
He is so handsome. I love him. I was wondering when he was gonna show up.
Drat. I forgot to ask Yun Li to return my sword.
I'll go get it back for you. I don't think you'll ever get your sword back.
No need to bother. The Juming envoys won't be leaving the Luofu anytime soon. I'll ask for it later when we meet again. By the way, I don't know if it's just me, but the general seemed a little reserved. Could it be because of Elder Huayan's visit?
Reserved? Really?
Maybe I'm just overthinking things.
No, you're not. When I entered the Palace of Astrum, I realized that the messenger from the Xianzhou Zhuming was actually the Arbiter General himself. So, the messenger from the Xianzhou Yaoqing must be the Merlin's Claw herself, I presume.
That's right.
Well, that's what makes this entire thing so unusual.
What's so unusual about it? They simply received an invitation from Jing Yuan, just like the crew, right?
The war dance is just a small festival. And now we have 2 Arbiter Generals from other Xianzhou ships here. I'm afraid they're here for something more. Maybe they've come to hold Jing Yuan accountable for the Ambrosial Arbor crisis?
Wow, he hit it on the nail on the head right away.
Hold him accountable? Come on, didn't the Luofu fall victim to the disciples of Sanctus Medicus and the Antimatter Legion? Why would they blame the victim?
Good point.
Don Shu's rebellion and Ventilia's scheming are merely one side of the story to the other Arbiter Generals of the Alliance. Only a single piece of incontrovertible evidence remains, creating an endless source of potential complications.
The Ambrosial Arbor.
I mean, that thing coming back to life is a big deal.
Yes. It's undeniable that the Plague Mark, which was subdued by the Xianzhou Luofu, has resurfaced. But was it really a conspiracy instigated by the Antimatter Legion? Or does it indicate a traitorous intent from within the Luofu, implicating Jing Yuan himself?
Why would Jing Yuan want that tree to grow?
Once the spark of suspicion is kindled, it proves hard to extinguish.
I'll speak at his trial. We can vouch for Jing Yuan, though. No wonder we were called back for the ceremony. Yeah, we can vouch for him.
The general must have had that in mind when he invited us to attend the war dance.
We'll fight for him.
What was I thinking? Seriously, here I was looking forward to a carefree and enjoyable trip. But it seems wherever we go, drama is just around the corner.
Of course, it always is. The moment we actually get to a planet or a celestial body and actually get to take a break and a vacation with nothing bad happening will probably be the end of the game.
Aw, I was so excited. I thought those Arbiter Generals were just here to see the ceremony.
Well, I'm sure they're here to do that too.
By the way, I heard that an alchemist from the Juming diplomatic ship has arrived, and rumors say that she's to be the new Cauldron Master of the Alchemy Commission on the Luofu.
An alchemist from the Juming serving as the Cauldron Master on the Luofu? While it's not unheard of, the timing itself...
Oh yeah, that's the one lady, the, Lingsha? I think her name is.
Thanks to your words, Mr. Dan Hung. Now I finally see the underlying tensions. The General is under tremendous pressure right now. I was completely oblivious to his troubles. How naive of me.
It's okay, Yang-Ching. You're still a kid, and he probably was kind of trying to hide it from you.
Come on, don't think like that. Leave the adult matters to the adults. Even if you wanted to do something for the General, it's not like you can do anything.
Well, probably not the best thing to say, March, but we get the general idea.
Did I say something wrong? Again?
Yeah. A real master of conversation. Please, March, just keep quiet.
Miss March is right. I don't have the skills to share the General's burdens at the moment. Still, I'll do my best to follow his instructions. Let's go. Once I've taken you to your accommodations, I need to go to the Artisanship Commission to handle the IPC's protest.
He looks like he has a lot on his mind. We can't just let him go alone. Why don't we accompany you to the Artisanship Commission?
This is too much trouble. While I appreciate your kindness, dealing with the IPC's workers could be tricky. I'm afraid this will cause trouble for the Express.
It's okay. We wouldn't stay at the inn very long anyway.
No worries. We're pretty experienced in dealing with the IPC. You've heard of the 10 Stone Hearts? We've dealt with quite a few of them, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Brag all you want, but don't drag me into this. You're a real massive conversation. Stop, I don't want to end up in an IPC lawsuit.
Yeah, exactly. Are you being sarcastic?
Well, since you're willing to help, I won't decline your kindness. Let's head to the Artisanship Commission and meet them.
Now, I might regret this, but I kind of want to change my party to being these guys. Let's...
You're coming with? I'm keeping score.
March, stay with the group. Don't rush off.
Is my swordplay good enough to learn from a master like him?
Aww. Dong Kong.
Leave the past behind. The future beckons my thoughts.
Oh gee, I never leveled him up. Wow. Do a little bit of this.
I will choose my own path. I will choose my own path.
They stabbed him in the butt. Alright. Any way to get there without? I like walking around.
That's a hefty battleship there.
Wheeltide Spring is in season.
It's kind of funny if Honkai Star Rail was like Genshin, I would have been like climbing all over that building. Be like, oh, let me go up on that balcony and let me climb to the tip over there. Actually, you know what? Maybe let's switch Dong Hung with Imbira Lune just because if
Proceed with caution. I've got your back.
I'm a little worried about going in with a character so underleveled. I think the rest of these guys, their traces aren't bad. And I know these two are both fully leveled, so even if I get into a tough battle, it'll be kind of like, oh, okay, it's not everybody's just gonna kick the bucket and keel over. Oh. This one. Only have one. Upstairs says, okay. It means at crit rate, crit attack percent. I like this. This is really useful. It's like it's right there too. Iced. Really pops it up for you, don't you? That. That one. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. One I've just borrowed from. That one. Definitely gonna have to go do more of these. For now, we can go cowboy hat though. have a lot of these. That's a lot. That is very useful. Glad they put that in. On him, if I need to. But at least he'll have decent artifacts on it. But at least in that part. Rates are a little low, but they're all unlocked, so that's good. And his light cone. That's the one I have Freeman. Good. Oh. Now this is the opposite. Oh, gee, I can't win. I mean, it does work, but only 8% of people actually have this on him. Not too. That's a deal. He at least has a leveled set on him, so we'll just have for that. What? That one. That one. Has Honestly, I'm doing this, but then I'm probably gonna end up switching her to her other one. Ironically, she's also imaginary, apparently, in that one. I mean, imaginary is a good element, I guess, but it does end up causing a problem when everybody is that. I'll have to get a better one for her for this. Kind of wondering about this one. Okay. HP. Attack. They have defense. This is if you want her to be only defense, and I wanted her to be a little bit more, can do some damage to. That one. I kind of want her to be, yeah, defense, but also damage dealing. This one has at least crit rate and crit damage on it. Now Cho's probably gonna be mad at me. I'm using up all the stuff that, that I need for him, but it's okay. All right. I think we're good now. We shouldn't die when I'm not looking. Do not want to fall from here.
Can I really reason with you, Zenko people? I think I get it now. In your words, this is called looting a burning house, right?
Uh-oh.
But I am trying to reason with you here.
Oh no, is that the Scott guy? Yeah, I think. Yeah, I've got 2 Yang Qings, 1 Himiko, 1 Gepard, 1 Bailu, 1 Welt, oh, and 2 Clara, or 1 Clara. So I actually got 3 Yangqing since I have his base one. So he's actually my the 5-star standard I have the most of. Actually, I have never really used him.
Cut jade, and the stars shift within it. A fine sword indeed.
Let's go kick Scott's butt. I was right, it's Scott.
Toxic voice sounds familiar. Haven't I heard it before in Aurum Alley?
Yeah, I remember him.
You know what? This isn't my first time dealing with the Skyfaring Commission. I can handle your unreasonable ways.
Oh boy.
But straight up snatching IPC cargo, isn't that going a bit too far?
Just as I've said it many times already. Once we've inspected the cargo and completed the security check, you can be on your way. Is there something wrong with your ears, or is it just your brain?
I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm thinking clear. And my answer is crystal clear. Not a chance. Keep detaining my cargo and I'll file a complaint directly with your general.
Did I just hear a dog barking? Yeah, cause before when we showed him up, we forced him to bark like a dog.
You jerk! Who are you calling a dog? Wait, why are you here?
Aha, I'm your worst nightmare.
Staying on the Zenko, are you? What terrible luck! Wherever you go, disasters aren't far behind.
We go where the disasters are.
Aren't you the guest from the Astral Express? What brings you and Yanqing to the Artisanship Commission?
Help you with this jerk. I heard you were in trouble. I'm here to help Yanqing sort out the trouble caused by the APC. You're in trouble.
They're in trouble? No, it's me! I'm the one in trouble!
Yeah, right.
Looks like you've met this IPC worker before. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. I was sent here to deal with the IPC protest, Miss Shikwe. What's going on here?
As you know, this IPC transport ship was attacked by the Borison and rescued by the Juming's diplomatic ship. Then the Cloud Knights were instructed to bring it back to the dock for repairs and inspections. And this is Mr. Scott, the person in charge of this transport ship.
Of course he is.
So, you're Scott. I've heard her mention you. Weren't you kicked off the Lafu before? Why did you come back?
Weren't you kicked out of here before?
Like I wanted to come back. I thought I'd just dock at the harbor for repairs and leave this forsaken place for good. Little did I know, as soon as the ship entered the harbor, a bunch of Cloud Knights showed up and snatched all our cargo from the hold.
Well, I mean, you were getting attacked by Borisons.
What do you mean by snatched? I've told you 1,000,000 times. It's a security check.
Then why did you bring the cargo to the Artisanship Commission? You even brought in some shady craftsmen. It's obvious you're trying to steal the IPC's patented technology!
Listen here. Firstly, the Skyfaring Commission detected dangerous items that could possibly be weapons in your cargo hold. That's why they called me here, to double-check. Secondly, where the heck did you get the idea that I'm a shady craftsman?
Oh.
Even if there are dangerous items, what do they have to do with you? It's not even being shipped to the Lafu. We'll just fix the ship and be on our way. We won't unload our cargo here.
Yeah, this guy is like one of those Karens who argue at the baggage check, you know, when they're gonna go on the airplane, and it's like, okay, you need to put your baggage here so we can x-ray it, so we can make sure you're not bringing on anything dangerous, and he's causing a fuss because he knows there's something in his bag that he should not be having.
But
You'll have to stay in the port for several days before your ship is repaired and you can take off again. How can we just leave unchecked items sitting here?
I understand, but we don't need to disassemble the cargo if it's just a security check, right?
In most cases, we don't. However, our scans discovered that the cargo doesn't only contain machinery, but also some substance that resembles biological tissue.
Uh-oh. Who are you smuggling?
Biological tissue? Does this crate contain living things?
I'm afraid we'll need to wait for the Alchemy Commission for further confirmation. In any case, according to our regulations, we need to unseal one of the crates for further examination. But this IPC specialist has been hindering us on the grounds of patent secrecy.
The Alliance's regulations on biological products are very strict. Without further inspection, there is no way for the Skyfaring Commission to release the cargo.
Oh, really? Fine. If anyone lays a finger on that shipment, they'll have me to deal with. It doesn't matter if it's mechanical or biological. It's none of your business. I'm filing a complaint against the Skyfaring Commission's ridiculous regulations.
And this is why in that one write-up, this guy has so many lines, because he just keeps complaining.
This Mr. Scott seems stubborn and difficult to persuade. Honestly, I really don't want to have a vicious confrontation with the IPC.
Sure. Well, I know a thing or two about convincing Scott. Leave it to me, I'm an expert negotiator.
I heard how you helped R. O'Malley. The IPC representative back then was Mr. Scott, right? Since you've dealt with him before, it looks like I'll have to rely on you again.
No problem.
What are you guys whispering about over there? Just hurry up and give us back our cargo.
Oh boy. At the end of negotiation, if your morale is higher than or equal to your opponent's, it is considered a successful negotiation. Otherwise, it is deemed a failure. During the negotiation process, if either party's morale drops to 0, the negotiation immediately ends. Negotiation choices will be led to different outcomes, which can either increase or decrease your morale. As you make choices, the negotiation progresses until the number of negotiation rounds drops to 0, at which point the negotiation. Okay. During your negotiation turn, you can use negotiation strategies to apply various negotiation techniques to help you succeed. Here you can view your opponent's information. If you're unsure what to choose, click 2.
As I recall, this guy won't listen to reason and can only be persuaded with intimidation. But he does seem to follow rules to some extent. Let's use that against him.
Speaking of regulations, we have our own laws and regulations too. According to Article 4 of the Zenko Alliance IPC Trade Consensus, the Alliance and IPC shall never infringe on each other's intellectual property rights.
You only have 2, so if you get stuck, you can ask for help, but only twice. Let's see. Huh. Make proposals from the legal perspective. Start by making him feel uncomfortable. Use Yang Ting's identity to intimidate him. Remind him of his embarrassing past.
The Alliance can sign a non-disclosure agreement with you. That way, you won't have to worry about any infringements, right?
It's kind of nice to hearing her talk, too. Although she doesn't have the same problem as Lumine or Ether, where they have Paimon that basically, quote-unquote, talks for them, and it can get kind of annoying when you don't want to hear Paimon talk, you want to hear the Traveler talk. So.
We can sign a mutually acceptable non-disclosure agreement in accordance with the IPC's rules.
Well, that makes sense, but how can we trust you to honor the terms? Even if we set aside the secrecy of intellectual property, these prototypes built by the Intelligentsia Guild are incredibly valuable, beyond your wildest imagination. If anything goes wrong, you won't be able to pay for it even with your lives.
Skip the reasoning part, resort to good old violence. Assure him you will proceed with caution, pay you compensation you wish. Skyfaring Commission can pay compensation.
Don't underestimate Zenko technology. Even if they need to dismantle your cargo, the Artisanship Commission can easily put it back together.
Yeah, go ahead and brag about their skills. After all, you're just a negotiator they hired.
Oh. He got a boost from knocking us down.
But I'm different. I'm an IPC member, and my fleet has accepted this transportation order. Naturally, I need to be responsible for the integrity of every piece of cargo. Besides, cargo on this transport vessel belongs to the Intelligentsia Guild. If you want to inspect the cargo, shouldn't you at least call in a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Isn't Ratio part of the Intelligentsia Guild? Let's see. Oh, return to previous.
Your logic is too confusing for anyone to follow. Maybe you should learn the art of communication from a monkey before you continue spouting nonsense? I'm pretty tight with Dr. Ratio from the Intelligentsia Guild. Almost like family. Doesn't that make me practically a member of the Intelligentsia Guild too?
What's all this nonsense?
Uh-oh.
Even if you were married to him, you still couldn't represent the Intelligentsia Guild. We both need to follow the regulations, because that's how the IPC and the Zenko operate, right? As an IPC worker, I have to abide by its regulations. If I make an exception and allow you to inspect the cargo, it'll spell disaster for me.
Huh? Could you repeat that? I didn't quite hear you. Could you say it again? Since the Intelligentsia Guild entrusted the cargo to the IPC for transportation, it's the IPC's responsibility to ensure its safety, right? Why would you need a member of the Intelligentsia Guild to be present?
Let me tell you something. As stated in Article 17 of the IPC's Building Material Logistics Department Transport Agreement Law, subsequent to the dispatch of goods and during their transit, all risks, save for those pertaining to the transportation safety, shall be the sole liability of the consignor. Well, only protect the integrity of the goods and prevent anyone with ill intentions from getting their hands on them, for example. As for whether the cargo itself poses a security threat to the destination, that's not our responsibility. It appears we have reached an area beyond your expertise, doesn't it? The complexity of legal studies are indeed challenging. All right, that's enough. I'm not going to repeat myself 100 times. I thought you were reasonable and civilized, but now it seems you Zenko folks just don't understand the basics of business. We've signed a confidentiality and security agreement with the Intelligentsia Guild, and if we breach it, we'll have to pay a hefty sum. Even if we sold the souls of every employee in the marketing development department on this planet, it still wouldn't be enough to cover the costs.
Honestly, I kind of want, considering he jumped up so quickly, I wonder if it's even possible to win that one.
Listen up, kid. I don't mind delaying this transport for a few more days. Once the engines are repaired, our ship will leave immediately. and you won't have any reason to inspect the cargo.
If that's the case, I can assure you the Cloud Knights won't let your ship leave.
Oh, really? Then you'll receive a ton of complaints from the Intelligentsia Guild and the IPC's Marketing Development Department. You're too young. I don't think you understand the chaos your rash decision will cause.
Since you put it that way, Mr. Scott, I'll take it as your agreement to the inspection procedure. Now...
Ah, not so fast, you little brat. According to the IPC regulations, I have the right to arm myself and protect the property on my transport ship.
I thought you were reasonable and civilized. But now, it seems the IPC just wants to play by its own rules. My apologies, Mr. Scott.
Stop him, guys! For the Amber Lord!
Oh, of course we're gonna fight.
For the Amber Lord!
And it just turns into a big fight.
You're annoying!
I wish not to use this strength. Heaven's Surge. Cloud-bearing dragon. Rise!
You can't run! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
A one-time enemy.
I told ya I could fight. With me out here, how can we lose?
Time for some swordplay.
Okay.
Try that again!
Not a scratch.
You can't run! Try that again! You can't run! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Time to go on the offensive. Fracture! Lance ablaze! Flaming Lance! Forward!
Heaven's Surge. Celestial Dragon. Quake!
Get up, all of you! Why is the IPC even paying you? You're a bunch of losers!
Just be grateful that that little brat showed you mercy. At least your staff aren't seriously injured. How do you IPC cronies have the audacity to fight Cloud Knights? You practically assaulted law enforcement officers.
Another one? Who the heck are you?
I may be a bit late, but the good news is, I'm here now.
Oh!
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lingsha, Cauldron Master and head of the Alchemy Commission on the Lawfu.
Oh yeah, she just recently got transferred.
Could she be?
Yeah, she's the new Cauldron Master assigned here from the Zenko Juming.
I received a report from the Artisanship Commission about cargo containing samples of unknown organisms. It said they needed help from the Alchemy Commission. I had nothing better to do, so I came myself. It's fine, Mr. Scott. If you really don't want your cargo to be inspected, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's a videographer too, by the way.
It doesn't matter? How can you say that?
Why are you being so nice all of a sudden? Well, since you're not going to check it, I'll take this crate and be on my way. Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah, sure. Why should I object? Not only this sample, but all the goods on the transport ship are yours to keep. Like I said, we won't inspect them.
Wait a minute!
She's like, I got this under
that's
control.
More like it. If only the young displayed a more reasonable attitude, we could have sidestepped that altercation just now. Our ship will leave in a few days once the engines are repaired.
Your ship can leave whenever you want, but I'm afraid I can't say the same for your cargo. According to the import and export regulation signed between the Zenko and IPC, all biological shipments can only leave the port when they have confirmed to be of no threat, or when all biological activity expires.
She got him on technicality.
Since we can't determine if your shipment is safe for the environment, I guess we'll have to wait for its biological activity to expire. Let me check the previous cases. Normally, it'll only take around 47 star calendar years.
Only 47 years?
Why so surprised? You're still young and full of energy. I'm pretty sure you'll live a few more decades. Have some confidence in yourself.
Ha! Typical of a long-life species. Your words are dripping with sarcasm. While you may not care about time, I do. I'll be demanding double compensation from the Skyfaring Commission for every minute wasted.
Sure thing, Mr. Scott. You seem pretty confident that your career and life will last long enough to witness this victory unfold.
Uh-oh. 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 He realizes something's up.
Step aside, guys. Let them do the inspection.
But, Mr. Scott...
Come on, we're already in enough trouble. Just let them do the security inspection. And if needed, I can always grovel before the Intelligentsia Guild later. I'm just using my head for what it's apparently good for, right?
Sorry for the trouble, thanks, bro. At least you've wised up for once.
Well, honestly, at least you're not as annoying as that woman.
Sheesh.
But you're still as annoying as ever.
This lady is really something else.
Is this the IPC product?
Listen up. Any damages caused by inspections will be filed with the IPC.
Oh boy.
Turn it off.
Oh my! Ah! It's shooting at us! When an ally is inflicted with Terror Grip, attacking the caster of Terror Grip once can dispel Terror Grip. Terror Grip ends if the caster of Terror Grip is not attacked to dispel Terror Grip, then the affected ally will fall into the terrified state and be unable to perform actions. Oh gee. That's not good.
Oh, how unexpected. That was a surprise.
Do not be afraid.
That's kind of
Awaken dormant scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
So, how many of my moves can you block? Strike with heart! Practice is over. Swords descend! Indestructible. Time for some sword play. Blade in flight!
Try that again! You can't run!
Armor damaged.
Lance at the ready.
Detecting damage.
Heaven Surge. Celestial Dragon. Break!
Damage sustained.
Try that again!
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
Armor damaged.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! With me out here, how can we lose?
I wish not to use this strength. Awaken dormant scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
A one-time enemy. Strike with heart!
You have the worst luck running into me. Watch this!
These are abnormal.
You can't run! Try that again!
Blade in flight! Practice is over. Swords descend!
Defend the weak.
Detecting damage.
You can't run! Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move! Try that again!
Detecting damage.
You can't run!
Lance ablaze. Flaming lance. Forward!
I sense a storm.
It's really pretty though with the Ambrosial arbor in the background. Really, really nice.
Watch this!
So, how many am I?
Armor damaged.
I'm on guard. Indestructible.
I wish not to use the strength. Awaken dormant scales. Delve hidden moon. World cleansing dragon.
You're annoying! You can't run!
Detecting damage.
Gotta try hard sometimes. Check out this awesome move!
Time for some swordplay.
Armor damaged. Detecting damage.
Fracture!
Grace.
Try that again!
Armor damaged.
Lance ablaze! Flaming lance! Forward!
Were you seriously planning to leave this stuff unchecked at the dock for days? That's way too dangerous!
Considering it activated, you guys didn't even know how to turn it off.
I had no idea about it! You must have accidentally triggered the cargo's defense program!
I don't think trying to shift the blame is a wise choice.
But seriously, I don't know why that thing suddenly started moving! I swear on the Amber Lord!
Enough. Miss Shikwe, please escort our IPC guest to the Skyfaring Commission.
I'm on it. Please follow me, Mr. Scott.
Gentlemen, our preliminary inspection shows that there is indeed hidden biological tissues inside. Just like the craftsman feared.
Okay. Biological tissues from what?
Can't even tell if it's ingenium or biological in nature.
The core of this device is what they call wetware in industry slang. To put it simply, this machine operates with a kind of biological nerve as its control center.
I'll take some samples for the alchemist to analyze and figure out where the biological tissue comes from.
Why would the Intelligentsia Guild use such unethical technology? Perhaps they're trying to create a new weapon?
And I was like, did they kill somebody for that?
Whatever the reason is, it's probably why the Borison attacked the ship.
Uh-oh.
No wonder the IPC were trying to obstruct our inspection. I'll contact the Ten Lords Commission and ask the judges to come and give their final verdict on this. According to our rules, all prisoners and weapons involving dangerous creatures must be taken to the shackling prison for further sentencing. After all, it's the safest place on the Luofu. As for you, Mr. Craftsman, please go with the Cloud Knights and explain the situation to the judge. I had a feeling that the IPC members would cause trouble, but I didn't think they'd be this tricky. Thanks for your help, Miss Linksha.
I should thank you for saving my life. Your sword skills were impressive. Taking down that big guy. I thought the General's retainers were all burly martial masters. I didn't expect Yenching to be so...
Cute. Miniature. The miniature. Cute.
Can't argue with that. As for you, you must be the guests from the Astro Express, right? Saving the Luofu from that crisis. It's so impressive.
It wasn't a big deal. Really.
It's still early, so why don't we get some tea at the Alchemy Commission? We can discuss your suggestions for revitalizing the commission.
I'd be happy to accept your invitation.
And you three are coming too, right?
Sure, we don't get a choice. We're just going. The fact that it looks like a Borison as well. Oh, that doesn't bode well.
Nothing to see here. These machines are to be shut down. Keep your distance until then.
Problem. Alright. Well, I think we will pause for now right here. As we've already been streaming for 2 hours. And it is getting a little bit late. But first, take out the... If diplomacy, you occasionally need to play hardball. Use physical means to persuade the IPC specialist to beat him up. An open cargo is not so different from an open casket. Defeat Howling Casket, the IPC dangerous cargo. The no words for them before the moon rage countdown ends. All enemies on the field have their moon belt. I want Fei Xiao too, but she's coming like right after in 2.5, so the way it looks now is if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get Xiao Cho hopefully winning the 50-50 or at least getting close enough to it so that I will end up having enough left over to get Fei Xiao, but we'll have to see. Usually when I save up 180, I get 2 decent, if not more, 5 stars. So it's going to be one of those things of, I'm going to save up as much as I can. And then basically see where the rolls take me. And hopefully it'll all work out. Because if Fei Xiao ends up being the first banner for 2.5, that means that I'm only gonna have 20 days from the start of Xiao Cho's banner before Fei Xiao, and if he ends up eating too much of my funds, I'm gonna have to basically not succeed. But we will have to see. I'll have to see how it goes. Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you, Jeannie, for listening and all that jazz. I will be back tomorrow with some Genshin, and yeah, I'll be playing through this, and maybe I'll stream again a little bit more later on. But for right now, we will wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for coming, and I hope to see you later. Okay, bye. Thank you for coming.